Hello and welcome back to your one and only source. We're your hosts.
My name is Phoebe.
My name is Caroline, and today we are recapping season 2, episode 11 of Gossip Girl called
The Magnificent Archibalds.
I will say, I feel like we should have come up with a different title for this because
It's barely about them.
I know it's like a big thing that happens with them, but it's like doesn't feel like it's the crux of the episode. Would you agree?
Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
This is
I
a
also don't think
Thanksgiving
it's
episode.
like, is it the Magnificent 7 that they're doing it after? Because then it's also like it doesn't even like sound like I feel like it should have been like the title should sound more like it's not just a movie title because it's like it should have, if you were gonna do a title based on the Magnificent 7, the word should have sounded like 7.
I didn't even realize it was the Magnificent 7. I also don't think I've ever heard of that movie.
I think it's it wasn't out yet. There's the issue.
So you know what? Gossip Girl Wiki will tell me. My best friends over at Gossip Girl Wiki. Are you looking it up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
The Magnificent Ambersons.
Okay, well, that makes more sense.
It's a 1942
whatever the fuck that movie is. 32?
Orson Welles film. 42.
42. Interesting. Well,
that makes
guys,
more sense.
Yeah. It is Thanksgiving again in New York. And you know, if it's a Thanksgiving Gossip Girl episode, it's bound to be something great. And what I'll say about this Thanksgiving episode, although the drama wasn't as heightened as typically it is, which is barely true because there was plenty of drama in this episode.
But it just didn't feel quite as like...
It was like a sweet episode.
Yeah, it was. It was really sweet.
There were a lot of moments that made me like, oh my God. And you know, none of those moments, you want to know who none of those moments came from?
Dan Humphrey.
Or Serena Vanderwoodson.
Oh, yeah.
She just, oh my God, she is in her Aria bag, but not quite as much as the woman we're going to meet next episode, who actually is just, I think it's just Aria Montgomery.
I know, I don't even, like, I know that we're about to, guys, we're doing a double recording day where we're recording next week's episode.
It's a double header.
As well, so we did watch it, and I'm sure I'll say it when we record next, but like, guys, don't go into a coffee shop that doesn't even look like it's like a bougie coffee shop and ask if they have a really specific type of coffee bean that you've had in one country.
Yeah.
One time. And like the way that she says it, I'm just like, you haven't met this, like, it would be one thing if she and Dan had like already kind of like, if it was like a Vanessa situation, it still would have been annoying, but it's like, at least you know Dan in that case.
It seems like she had a quick read on Dan and she was like, oh, this is going to make me stick in his brain as the girl who has it all figured out, who he can't get enough of. Like, this is... And it's not that she was wrong. You know what? No. She honestly wasn't wrong. But anywho, we don't meet her. Her name's Lexi. We don't meet her until next episode. But for today, we are having Thanksgiving. And we start with Blair and Serena walking through the halls of school. And the first thing I need to say, Blair looks adorable. Serena looks, sorry, I'm going to say it, the worst I've ever seen her look on the show. I have seen her sobbing with snot coming out of her nose, like completely... essentially unconscious. Like, I have seen this woman battered and bruised. And this look had me scratching my head so hard I bled. Listen, like, her hair, okay. And honestly, we're getting into the phase of like, they're really leaning into the messy hair for Serena. Mm-hmm. And maybe it has something to do with last episode when Blair was like, listen, I know you think you're a free spirit, but messy hair does not a free spirit make, you know? Mm-hmm. And Serena was like, I'll show you. We'll see about that. B. She has her hair back in like a messy bun with like a little braid, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. And then she's wearing a vest hoodie. And so the whole thing together is just giving like, I don't know. It's not giving Serena Vanderwoodson to me. And it really took me out of it, but I digress. The two of them
she's kind of just like her mom in that she becomes like the guys that she dates.
She totally.
Which was
at
one of
first I was
Serena's
gonna say,
critiques of her mom.
bite your tongue, like, don't put that on Lily Vanderwoodson, but you're 100% right. It is that, like, I'm gonna morph into
And it's something that
whoever you
Serena's
want me to
thrown
be.
back into her mom's face.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
like they have to move wherever the boyfriend lives.
Right.
And it's like, Serena,
And the good
you
news for
stopped
Serena,
washing your hair when you started dating like a sober vegetarian art guy.
And we're only gonna find out just how true this is in this episode. But the other thing is, like, Serena, one thing I'll give to her, she has time to grow out of this. You know, her mom, this is now your path. Like, I don't ever see this changing for you, but Serena, there is hope as long as you stick close to B. And this little exchange they have, I loved, and it warmed my heart from a Blair perspective, of course, very rarely from a Serena perspective, but they're walking through the halls. Blair's complaining because all of her typical Waldorf family Thanksgiving traditions are being thrown out the window, and we're doing what Cyrus's family does, and these are just not up to her standards.
Mm-hmm.
And Blair's like, but it doesn't matter because I'm determined to have the Thanksgiving I didn't have last year. And Serena, you're coming over tomorrow to help me make my dad's famous pie, right? And Serena's like, yeah, but I can only stay a couple of hours. All right, first ding. That would piss me right off. I don't know how long it takes to make a pie. Is there a ruckus going on behind me?
He is writhing around. It's so funny.
By himself. At first I thought maybe he and Chuck were like playing. No, it's just drama getting his
He's
stink
like,
everywhere.
hey,
and just so you guys know,
have you noticed
this
me
morning.
Yet? He knows you're recording, so he's like,
he's putting on a show. He's just gonna keep walking back and forth in the background over and over and over. Hi. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I heard you talking about me. Will you please tell him about my dream? Okay, Drama. Okay, so Drama had a dream last night. Let me tell him. Okay, Drama. That's what Drama's going to tell you guys. Drama wakes up and says, oh, I had the most magnificent dream. I had 4 ice skates, and I was going on that ice, and I was doing pirouettes, and I was doing lingeries. And I was like, okay. And then we're like, well, Chuck, how did you sleep? And Chuck's like, well, I didn't really sleep too good because Drama kept doing pirouettes and lingeries in the room over next to me, the crate. So Chuck had a sleepless night, but he was also worried Drama was going to hurt himself. It's just big brother things. So anyway, Drama's really into ice skating right now. I'm like, okay, it's August. I guess we have some months to figure out how to make his dream become a reality, and also some months to figure out how to explain that lingeries is not actually a dance move. Anyway. So, okay, so Serena's like, yeah, I have to go because I'm hanging out with Aaron because he's meeting my parents before Thanksgiving. Something to say about this. Why is he meeting your parents if you're not even exclusively dating yet?
And he's like, also,
as far as you know, actively dating other people, and he's a full adult.
Yes. The way everybody talks about Thanksgiving in this show, like, these are teenagers being like, I'm going to make all these plans for my Thanksgiving, and like my non-exclusive adult boyfriend is going to meet my parent. Like,
hey, don't you know on Thanksgiving, your time is not your own?
Yeah.
Don't you know that if you are anybody's child, you don't get to decide?
And all these people like showing up to random people, like obviously they all know each other, but like just showing up to apartments on Thanksgiving Day.
Hey, this is like a big meal. This is like a labor-intensive meal. You're just assuming I have an extra place setting for you.
If we had like a little crew in Charleston and they decided to just like waltz in on Thanksgiving morning.
I just bring over all the bombshells, but I do not tell Mom. Actually, Mom would probably be like overjoyed, and Gibson would probably like bake like 3 dishes and bring them.
That's different.
So honestly,
so I guess,
you're right.
But no, if we were teenagers and we were doing the golf cart parade, and we like people
Mom
just
would be like, okay, great, get to fucking work, get to earn your meal, earn your spot at the table. Let's see you with the staple gun. And what can you do with a foam board? Let's see. You know, I don't know. Oh, by the way, guys, if you are someone who doesn't tune in on Summer Fridays, 1, shame on you. 2, we did drop the epic news. Well, we didn't drop it. It was already dropped. But yeah, one of the bombshells, my best friend Clyde, is announced as a cast member of The Traitors U.S. Civilian season premiering on September 17th. So you're going to want to stick around because I'm not going to shut the hell up about it. You can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be word vomit. Okay, moving on. So then Blair says what I think is amazing. She goes, the Serena I know would never want to share a guy she's dating with anyone else. And Serena's like, well, I mean, yeah, it's been hard, but you can't win the prize if you don't compete. And Blair looks at her and goes, there are so many things wrong with that sentence. And the way she says it isn't like, there
It's
are
not
so
like
many things wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, Serena, like, what are you saying? Come up and no. Like, it's a sweet moment. And Serena just like doesn't have ears for it.
I just like can't wrap my head around why like this relationship for Serena. It doesn't make any sense to me.
She just, I do understand that she's like never not been able to get the guy she wanted. And so now she's got this and she's like, okay, challenge accepted. Like, I do feel like that's what's happening here. And she has to prove that like she will always be chosen because she's never not been chosen in anything in her entire life. But like, and maybe some daddy issues popping up. I mean, believe me, I could psychoanalyze this for hours. But at the end of the day, she's acting real dumb. So Dan approaches. Serena's like, can you please try to be civil, Blair? Blair's like, okay. And Dan's like, where's Jenny? And Blair goes, if she's hiding from you, she has better taste than I thought. I tried, and walks away.
She is hysterical, but yeah, so they can't get a hold of Jenny anywhere. And Serena's like, oh, she's like been hanging out with Eric.
Oh, I saw her this morning. Oh, I had breakfast
she was at the breakfast table with me.
Yeah, exactly.
I gave her a bite of my cereal.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Jenny's been hanging out with them. She's been staying with Eric because Lily and Bart have been away, so it's just been like easy, whatever. And so anyway, they like have this moment. Dan, I love how like we'll go a few episodes without even acknowledging that Dan and Serena ever dated, and then we'll have a series of episodes where it's like, and I guess we're moving on, huh? And it's like, yeah, I thought we were all moved on. I thought we had moved on. So they're like, okay, well, have a good Thanksgiving, not together, I guess. And then
again, weird for like people that dated for a year in high school to like even have a Thanksgiving memory with each other.
Right. Just to be clear, this is season 2. We've seen you have exactly one Thanksgiving together. So it really shouldn't be that weird to not have Thanksgiving together this year because it probably was weird to have it together last year. Like, hello.
And so then everybody's walking away and Dan bumps into Nate and is like, get out of here.
Nate literally goes, sorry. And Dan goes, not as sorry as I am. Okay, relax. Like, I don't know. I guess because your sister, but also none of you have spoken to him in weeks. So like, and also maybe just chill.
I just think everybody's overreacting to Nate a little bit.
I do too.
Except maybe Chuck.
I do too. Chuck is, but Chuck also like,
it's coming from a better place. Everybody else just wants to be mad at Nate. Chuck is like hurt by Nate.
Right, exactly. And so as Dan walks away, Nate then runs into Chuck and Chuck's like, well, I heard you're back at your place. Like, I'm thrilled you're not with Dan anymore, but I'm also, you know, kind of like, you should have had to be there longer because then you would have realized who your real fucking friends are. And Nate's like, I think I did, and walks away. Right. I'm like, all right. Nate's like doing the thing where he just cuts all ties before he dips, and it's a little.
Nate is kind of Craig Conover vibes.
Whoa. Wait, did we talk about, by the way, Craig Conover doing the nicotine ad on Instagram?
I wasn't as shocked as you because I feel like I had seen him do a story for it before.
Okay, I didn't see. I just was like, but even if I
because they're hard to miss because they have to put that big thing on it.
I thought it was going to be like a joke.
If I'm them, if I'm an influencer and I'm like, first of all, I'm never doing any big nicotine. Stop asking me.
I could literally be like on an IV with straight nicotine, and I would never let any of you guys know that. Like it's not something like I know like smoking is cool again, which it isn't. But like
I know
it's not something I would ever be like, yeah, let's promote,
especially if the post that I had
your
to
whole
put
brand,
what I had to put on my grid had this big like. Would you put a bumper sticker on a Bentley?
No, exactly. And thank you. It's just unsightly. And at the end of the day, think what you want about nicotine, about Zyn pouches, but it's just unsightly to have that big Surgeon General's
actually, no,
warning.
I disagree. Don't think what you want to think about it.
No, I agree.
It's bad for you.
I think it's crazy
I think it's absurd that it's so fucking normal.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that we're seeing so many ads about it. I think it's especially crazy that it's Craig Conover who's like trying to be the Martha Stewart of men, of the low country. It's like, actually, I was going to say, would Martha Stewart do this? No, she just took up a snoo dog, which, by the way, is much more acceptable than the nicotine thing. I just think it's crazy. And they did talk about it on Giggly Squad, and it was awesome. They were like, can we just take a moment to remind you all that, like, smoking's not cool, nicotine is not cool, and they like start bursting out laughing about it, and they're like, and if you're doing like, and Paige is thinking about like, and just so you know, I'm always right, like I'll always come out on top, like what they like do a whole thing basically talking about Craig's nicotine ad without saying it. Anyway, I just thought it was
That's so
bonkers. I
funny.
was like, this cannot be real. Like, who advised you
I
to
know.
do this?
I
Like,
thought it was
I don't
really
know.
strange. So anyway,
Eric and Jenny are in
yeah.
what seems to be the emancipation office. And here's what's so funny to me. They're like, okay, do you know anything about emancipation? Jenny's like, of course I do. I've been researching it literally all day, every day. I'm obsessed with it. And I've made Eric watch this movie a bunch of times. Like, I know everything there is to know. And they're like, okay, great. Well, then do you have the proof of parental neglect? And she's like, wait, what? And they're like, and then once you get that and you fill this in and whatever, then your parents will be notified. She's like, wait, what? They have to be notified?
Investigated.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, so you've been doing all this research on emancipation, but somehow these things didn't come across your desk? Huh?
Yeah, strange. So then we go to the loft, and Dan is asking Vanessa what she's up to for Thanksgiving, and she's like, ugh. Well, it's just the immediate woe is me from Vanessa always irks me so much.
She's getting into such, honestly, I'm grateful for it. She's getting into such a bad chapter for her. And like, I need it because sometimes I start to feel bad about how much we hate her. Yes. Like, she's not, like, the thing is, it's not like we hate this girl just because we like to make fun of her. Like, she's like a bad friend. She like repeatedly makes bad choices. She's selfish.
She's rude.
And on top of it, she's intolerable. So it's like, what else am I supposed to feel towards her? But Vanessa goes, well, I'll tell you what I'm not doing on Thanksgiving. I am not going to the protest my family is staging at the Washoe reservation for Thanksgiving. Okay.
She's gonna spend it.
Thank you for letting us know what's going on.
With a frozen dinner.
Yeah. And Dan's like, well, that's stupid. Why don't you just come to our Thanksgiving?
Knowing full well
I don't
that Dan
see
was
your kid sister.
It's also like she knew if she said that she was going to be alone eating a frozen dinner while her family was doing something else. She knew Dan was going to be like, oh, well, like, of course you'll come.
She wanted to be begged. She wanted to be begged. She wanted the opportunity to say, well, I don't want to see Jenny. You know what I mean?
She wants to be begged more now that she said, I can't go because I don't want to see your bitch sister.
Yeah. And can I just say something? Like, okay, obviously Nate is probably the weirdest of them all for being into both Jenny and Vanessa. I don't know. But like, from a perspective of this, like, let's say like one of my best friends, like let's say it's Caitlin, okay? And you and I are like we're all growing up together, and you start dating someone or you kiss someone or whatever that Caitlin used to like, which, I mean, this is hard to imagine, but let's just say. And then like she gets with him or whatever, and she like won't speak to you because of this thing. It's like, I would be like, hey, Caitlin, she's my kid, sis. Like, who cares? Now, you are younger than me than Jenny is to Dan, but it's just like, Vanessa's an extension of the Humphrey family. She's basically like Jenny's sister already. So it's just like, I get that you can have like sibling-esque fights, but this also is just like
you and Nate. It's
barely a thing.
It's still wrong. Like Jenny shouldn't have gone about it the way that but she didn't know that Vanessa was there and was going to see it. At the same time,
and like Jenny is the 15-year-old. Like Jenny is like, let's not, just because there's only a couple like calendar years between you, let's talk about what that equates to in maturity, as we've been saying.
It's also like Vanessa is the kind of person who would, like, if she saw this fight going down between Blair and Serena, she would think it was immature and petty and stupid that they wouldn't talk to each other. But because it's her, it's like with the when she told Chuck not to go tell, or she told Dan to like sabotage Chuck and Blair's thing.
Yes.
It's like, that's something that if you saw someone, you'd like roll your eyes and laugh and say it's ridiculous. Yeah. But like, these are things that you do.
You're better than these people that you claim. Exactly. You're no better than these people that you claim to hate so much. And the other thing at the end of the day is like, look at all the things that Jenny is going through right now, whether or not 95% of them are self-inflicted. What I look at right now when I'm seeing Jenny is like, Jenny is a mess, but she is like such a little kid. Like she is just like, she's just trying on her mom's heels, it's like giving that, like she's just trying to be the bad girl. She's going through something. It's like a rite of passage for a teenager or whatever. Hers is on steroids. It's okay. But for Vanessa to be like, out of all things, and like the acknowledgement that like Jenny might need a friend, she might need an older sister, she might need a good influence. The biggest crime she's committed is kissing the guy that I liked. Like,
Agree.
It just doesn't, it's just not the main priority of Vanessa.
And when she's clearly in a time in her life where she's like making crazy rash decisions.
Of bad decisions. Like,
so like
we're really gonna like be like, and this is indicative of who you
made this
are.
Of clear mind, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like she's anyway. But on the Nate thing, I think what him liking Jenny and Vanessa says about him is I think he really likes to take care of.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Emily Fields in that way.
Well, it's with his mom too, you know, like he is used to having to step up and like be the man of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like that translates to he's good guy Nate. Like he's not, I don't even feel like Nate is coming from a bad place with any of this. Like it would feel totally different if this was Chuck, right? But like because it's Nate, there's also an aspect of just like
sweet
and like stupid and like you're gonna get yourself into bad situations because of your commitment to being good guy Nate, but like typically the intentions aren't malicious, you know?
Yeah.
So Dan's like, I think Jenny's not gonna be here. I think she's gonna be with Eric. So Vanessa's like, okay, great, I'll come. And then Rufus walks in so stressed because he's been on the phone with Agnes's mom, and basically we've learned that Jenny is nowhere to be found and she hasn't been with Agnes. So Rufus is freaking out.
He's going to call the cops, but Dan says, let's not call the cops. Let's go to the Vanderwoodsons, of course.
Yeah, right, of course.
See if she's there, maybe. So then we go to the Vanderwoodsons, and Lily and Bart are home early. And as soon as they walk in, Bart's favorite person calls his wife.
It is funny. Rufus's name in Lily's phone is Arcel, and I'm like, she's trying to be discreet, but then she goes, "Hello, Rufus," like as loud as she possibly can. I'm like, Bart is literally right behind you, girl. Like, what? And he's asking her if Jenny's been there, and she's like, "Oh, there's no chance." And then she looks down and sees all Jenny's stuff. I'm like, yeah.
And like, hey, Jenny, like if you're staying in a stranger, basically like. Bart Bass is a stranger to Jenny, so to me, I'm like, you're staying in a house of a stranger, definitely not your home, and you're like leaving your mess around.
Keep your shit close, girl. Keep your shit close. You don't need to have your ratty ass bags all over the house. I know they're home a day early, but still. So Nate and his mom are going home. They're back in the house, and here comes the captain with the worst mustache I've ever seen. Really curious about the decision to have this awful mustache. It's not an impressive mustache. It's like the inklings of a mustache coming in.
And he's like, life's been good. I'm here to take y'all with me.
Yes. He's been in Dominica, and he's like, and I moved a lot of money over there. Like, I'm living the life I'm supposed to have. And by the way, worst actor on the show. And Nate's like, okay, but we've been actually squatting. Like, we've been full squatters, and you've been doing this. And he's like, and that's why I want you to come live with me. And Nate's mom wants to go. And so they're deciding if they're going to go escape to Dominica with the captain.
And so then we go to a walk with Lily and Rufus, where she explains that Jenny's been staying with Eric, basically, and Serena didn't even know that Jenny was like fully staying there.
Right. Which, how?
I don't.
This is a pretty sweet moment, though. Like, you know, Rufus is like, okay, well, she needs to come home. Jenny needs to be with family. And Lily says she's with mine. Once you've calmed down and I've had a chance to talk to her, I'll arrange a meeting, which like is
she's
really
like, the last time I saw you and Jenny communicate, it was like, I was afraid you both were going to get arrested.
Yeah. And it just made everything worse. So like, let's just, you know, and then Rufus, I hate when scripts do this, and it's like so common in shows like this. He's like, he goes, marshmallows. And she's like, what? And he goes, she likes marshmallows on her potatoes.
Yeah, because no one talks like that. No one like just says and then expects the other person to know. Like, it would make more sense if it was like marshmallows. Oh, I need to buy marshmallows from the store. And then they bring it up later in the episode too when they're cooking at the end.
It's just
they say marshmallows
so, like,
again.
Marshmallows.
I agree. It's so annoying. It's very Aria to do.
Yes. So Blair and Serena are on the phone, and this is when, you guys, we are introduced to the full-blown A layer that is inside Aaron's house. The A layer that is Aaron. Aaron Slayer. It is just, and like, it is exactly like the shrine to Allie that is like put up in the A layer, where it's just like all those cutout photos of her layered on top of each other, and it's covering the whole wall.
That's what is behind Serena.
Is happening here behind Serena, and like Serena's never, but she's walking on air. She's never been happier. It is. I couldn't. Every time I saw it, I was like, "This is so funny." I'm gonna have to post a side by side because
it's hilarious,
especially because she's blonde. Like it like looks like it could. It
looks like Allie,
which
I did.
Like,
I texted
Aaron,
Caroline and I was like,
"These girls, and you have this on your wall."
This is absolutely Serena's. Just like Serena would swap places with Arya in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. She wouldn't be able to do it really, but like honestly, a lot of Arya's storyline pretty much matches up with what Serena wants, you know?
But Arya is more of a Vanessa because I know that Arya would never want to be like Serena.
Right. No, she would not. She would be the Serena who's like, I might have been born into this, but this is not who I am. You know, like that's
exactly.
In this era of Serena's life, Arya would be like, that's more like who she would be, but she would never want it.
Yes.
So Serena's at Aaron's, and as they're like hanging up the phone, Blair goes, "Remember, Serena doesn't share." And Serena goes, "Remember, Blair should learn to." Which is kind of epic. Serena actually does, I will say, she's got a couple like funny lines where I was like, is she growing on me? I don't know, maybe.
And so Blair, before they hung up, Blair was telling Dorota that she needed to make Harold's pie, which becomes a big thing in the whole episode, just like last year.
Typically is. So Eric comes home, he sees Bart, and he immediately texts Jenny, like, do not come down. They're here. Of course, her phone's on the table. Again, hey, girl, why
pick
is
up
your
mess
strewn all over the place? Like, huh? And so Eric and Bart are talking, and Eric says, like, alludes to that things might not be working out with Jonathan. And Bart's like, okay, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then as he's going up the steps, he's like, by the way, what do you know about this guy? And he like says the name of a classmate. And Eric's like, he's the captain of Jonathan's swim team. And Bart goes, well, you might want to ask Jonathan what he was doing Monday night. And then he goes up, and I'm like,
I don't know. Like, there's a world where I could see Dad doing, like, this is kind of how Dad would deliver the news.
Dad doing what exactly?
Like,
hiring a PI for his entire family?
No.
Having gold bars in the safe? Like, I'm confused.
No, I mean, if Dad, like, saw someone he thought we were dating out and was, like, on a date, he wouldn't know how to properly deliver that information to us.
Like, would we ever find out?
And I feel like
Dad sees Anthony on a date. I never learn about it. They check this thing because eventually, of course, I'm on trial for murder. I won't say how I got there, who got murdered, but eventually that is how the story
Dad's
ends.
called to the stand,
and Dad's in there, and they're reviewing the security footage, and we watch Chris Connell walk into the bar, sit right across from Anthony, look at them, like do a whole thing trying to see if it's Anthony, and then just having a beer. And we're like, okay, so, huh?
He's like, well, I was sure it wasn't him.
And I mean,
couldn't have been.
Couldn't have been him. No, couldn't have been him.
But no, Dad, I could see hilarious. Dad going up the stairs being like, hey, might want to ask this person about that person.
You think?
I think it would. He wouldn't like sit us down. Like Mom would like.
He's telling Mom, and Mom's having that. Mom's like,
and this is
Goose.
No, this is how Mom's doing it. Mom, it's a Sunday morning.
Okay.
Mom comes. We're still in bed. Okay. Mom comes into one of our whoever it is. Do you want to be cheated on? Do you want me to be cheated on?
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, fine.
Sure.
Okay,
I'll try something new.
Mom, she sits on the edge of your bed and like tries to gently wake you up, but like the sound of our
She's
doors in the house.
Coo.
The sound of
she's
the
already
doors.
been screaming downstairs. Yeah. So like
we've been awake.
I'm lucid. Yeah. And I'm faking sleep at this point.
Yes. So she like rubs her shoulder or something, and she's like, "Goo, hey,
are you up?
Do you want me? Can I get you some coffee?"
I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, what's happening?
You go into fight or flight.
I'm like, oh my God. I jump out the window. I'm like, what? Are you what?
And that mom slowly delivers the news, and then she starts to get angry about the situation, and she's like, dad is in the hall.
She has not let us give morning a chance. We are still in bed, and she's sitting on our legs, so we can't escape.
No.
We can't get up, and we can't ask any
Elvis is
questions
also in the
because
bed, and
she's
he's
talking.
Elvis
isn't dead center, so
out.
my legs are spread. I'm starfish. He's in between them. I'm like so uncomfortable. It's crazy. He has not moved really. Mom's like, as she's talking to me, she's like checking his pulse, like making sure he's breathing. Want some coffee?
Dad is
Okay, we got a
out in
pulse,
the
we got a
hallway, and as mom starts to get riled up about it, Dad's like, I told her not to do that.
Gigi, come here. I think she
you're
heard
making
it. She
it
knows.
worse.
She knows. And then I'm like, Dad, care to say something? And Dad comes in. He's like, I don't know why you'd be dating a guy who cheats on you. It's weird. And leaves. And that's how it happens. And Mom's like, Chris, I mean, seriously. Okay, Mr. Magoo. I'm like, this is not how I would have delivered that. And it's like, yeah, how? I don't know how you would have delivered that because you started and we went somewhere else. Like, anyway, it would have been...
I really just put myself there.
Wow, we really just went somewhere. Yeah, but so it wouldn't be really much like this. And my question for you, Bart, is how do you know that Jonathan, Eric's boyfriend, was allegedly cheating on him on Monday night, but you didn't know that Jenny Humphrey was in your house this entire week?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just a little confused. But anyway, Chuck's getting his hair done. And it's so cute. Eric walks by and he goes, "You're back." Eric's like genuinely so excited to see Chuck. And he's like, "I have a question. Like, your dad knows shit about Jonathan." And literally Chuck goes, "He has a PI on retainer like I do." Got it. Okay.
Right. Like, and what is your PI? Like, I really want to know what Chuck sends his PI out to do.
Yeah, what do you mean, like, anytime Blair has a scheme, that's why Chuck has it on retainer.
I'm also like...
to help Blair.
For Bart to have found out this information, what was the PI's assignment? Because later in the episode, and next episode, he's... like, the PI stuff, it's like he's deliberately asking them to go... So, like, what did you...
Yeah.
Did your PI just happen to be at a bar and see this and be like, well,
he must have said, like, I know, because I can't imagine the conversation wasn't like, check in on Eric while we're gone, and then that's how you find yourself seeing Jonathan. But it's like, again, if you would have had him checking in on Eric, you would have known that Jenny was here. Not that you would have really cared, Bart, but like, it probably would have come up. I don't know.
Something's not adding up for me.
Yeah, I'm scratching my head a bit. So Eric's like, okay, well, that's weird. And Bart's like, yeah. And Chuck is like, yeah, he has a safe, or he had one at our old place, and it had like files on everyone from like staff to senators. And Eric's like, well, let's go see if he has one here.
And so we go back to Aaron's lair.
Oh my! Yeah, literally Aaron's lair.
We get this aerial view. Also, like, all the lights. It's really giving Blair.
It's giving when Arya and Ezra had their like Chinese food dinner date or whatever in his apartment.
Yes, we get an aerial view of the table of like food that I at first was like, it's so weird they fully put takeout into like dishes. I
thought it was like Chinese takeout,
and we find out that it's a home cooked meal.
I'm like, because Serena's
like, it's so good to have home.
Serena has no idea. She's like, I've never actually had a home cooked meal. So like,
Serena did the thing that like people will do when they go to a party, but they want to look like they homemade it. So like he like ordered Chinese food and put it all.
Well, I told Mom I was stressed out about having a dinner party. I was like, I'm nervous because I need to have Anthony's parents over for dinner. But like, now that we have a house, but Anthony's mom is such an amazing cook, I'm like nervous. And I'm also stressed because like the house doesn't really feel ready for that. But like, it was like Anthony's birthday's coming up. That would probably make sense for that to be the time. But like, I'm going to have to cook and I'm going to have to be hosting. It's going to be the first time, just like nervous about it, like whatever. And Mom's like, well, Caroline, you can always just go get takeout and say you made it. And I was like, I could, but I think she would know. Like, she is such a good cook that I think that like she would put the pieces together, and I don't know if I can handle that.
I'm going to send you this guy's TikTok who makes hosting look... People are calling him like our Ina Garten. like the way that
send,
he does
please.
his videos, like he'll be like, I just found out I'm having a couple friends over in 2 hours, like here's how I'm gonna prep for it and here's how it
Oh,
doesn't
wait,
have to be
you know
hard.
what? I feel
He's
like,
like an
well, I don't know if
adorable gay
it's
man with glasses.
okay, then I think I saw him, he was like, "I had a friend over for dinner, and she brought me these, like, napkin rings or something, so let's write her a thank you note," and he, like, writes
Yeah.
maybe it's the same
And
guy.
but
I
it
think I
also
followed him.
reminds me of what Ina Garten always says, which it's like there are some things where store-bought is fine. You
And
don't
if you
have to
can't
make
summon the flames
things.
directly from hell, store-bought is fine. Yes, one of my favorite
She's so
quotes.
funny.
So they're having dinner and Serena like cannot, as much as she's trying to be like the cool girl who's like, I don't care, we don't have to be exclusive. She brings it up every single chance she gets. So she's like, well, Aaron, candles and home cooked meal, you're gonna give a girl the wrong idea. And he's like, well,
It's so
actually,
annoying.
it might be the right idea because I think I'm ready to be a one woman man. I can't stop thinking about you. And
I
she's
half
like,
expected. Okay, in this moment, before we get to the like completion of the scene,
yeah.
Serena says, "Oh, well, if I had known, I would have brought a bottle of champagne." And in this moment, I thought we were going to go down a different road where Aaron broke things off with Serena because he was like,
You thought we were
I'm
getting
like,
a Legally Blonde, I
yeah.
need somebody serious moment.
And he was like, yeah, there's
Less
this
of a
other
Marilyn,
girl
more of a Jackie.
that I'm
That is
gonna
actually
like.
what Aaron would say to her.
Yes. Yes.
Less of a Marilyn. What does that mean? I'm not Jackie. I'm not serious, but I am seriously in love with you.
Hannah Marin core low-key.
Legally Blonde the musical. It's one of those musicals that I think we're arriving at the moment in time where people respect it the way that they should. But like because of how it all came to be with like MTV's search for the next Elle Woods and like blah 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 blah, I think people really like turned their nose up at it that it was like not going to be an amazing musical. It is one of the best written musicals ever. The music is,
really
and I'm
good.
not exaggerating, the music is so good. I am absolutely dying to be in it, direct it, choreograph it. And not all at once. I want to do it 3 different times. I want to do it 10 different times. I just want to do it. Can someone just do it?
What's
Anyway.
your line read of Courtney Take Your Break?
Oh man, I mean, I'd have to really get in that space. But
If you were to like win a Tony for that line delivery,
I don't know, but I don't remember if this is an idea that I had or if this is an idea that somebody else had that I'm now remembering from like TikTok. But I think that I saw a TikTok where somebody was like, your line reading of Courtney Take Your Break is like the show hinges on it. Like it's so crucial or something. And I was like, imagine I direct a show where Courtney Take Your Break. We then like pause the show for a minute, pause the number. And like it turns into this like insane scene where she's like, I was thinking I'd be like, Courtney, take your break. Just ignore her. She hasn't been well. Try this. And we go right. And it's like, holy shit. Like I wouldn't be able to do it in time. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like the music.
it would have to be with a live band where
we would need a vamp or something there for Mata, something like that. But also, I like the idea that we step away. We explore that for a minute. You think you're seeing Legally Blonde. We step away for a minute.
It's actually
about
Courtney
finding her dress. That's all in the background. We're following Courtney.
We're going on Courtney's break with her.
We're going on Courtney's break. And where does that take us?
She's like
You'll have to buy a ticket and find out.
She's that Ben Affleck meme of him outside smoking a cigarette. He just like looks so depressed.
Exactly.
That's Courtney.
Oh my God. So, anyway, so Serena he tells her, he's like, well, I'm actually so happy you didn't bring champagne. And this is where Phoebe thought he was going to break up with her. Because I'm actually sober now. And she's like, ugh. She like makes like a
she physically recoils.
Yeah, she's like, huh? She's like,
there's a real moment where she's like, oh, this isn't going to work.
I'm imagining him not thinking this would be an issue because she's not of legal drinking age. But of course, no. And he's like, well, I just like need to be around people who are going to keep me on the right track. My question is also, has he been sober the whole time we've known him, or is this a decision he made like today?
I'm getting the sense that he's been sober for a while.
Okay, I couldn't tell because I was like, have we seen like?
But I'm just like, that's with the exception of Maddie Reese. I feel like if you're old enough to like really have a sober journey under your belt, you're definitely too old to be dating a high schooler.
I totally agree. And you know what? I think that at the heart of it, really, Aaron, you are too old to be dating a high schooler, but okay. So she's like, well, I used to party. His face, so judgmental. He's like, excuse
Like,
me?
well,
Like,
Aaron, no offense, but like from the sound of it, it sounds like you were too.
yeah,
It
and also
sounds
like who can't, like the judgment from her when she says she used to party. I'm like, okay. And then she's like, but that was so long ago, and now I'm completely a teetotaler. Like, I don't have,
I believe
and I'm
she
like,
genuinely forgot about Georgina in this moment. Like, I feel like
do
she
too.
has really pushed that out of her mind. And if Dan,
Yes.
like, I truly think there would have been an honest part of Serena where if Aaron ever did find that out,
Yeah.
like, as time went on and not being told by Dan, it literally, Serena would have been like, oh my God, I literally blocked that part of my life
Yes.
out
That's
of my
how
brain.
removed I am from that version of me. But like, even if she forgets Georgina, it's like the number of things she's having to like compartmentalize in her brain right now. And here's what I just want to say, Serena, do you really like, okay, you guys aren't like just now deciding to be exclusive. The amount of turmoil this relationship has caused you thus far makes me like here's a note for the ladies, okay? If you are talking to somebody and they're putting you through it before you've even become exclusive, it's not for you. It's not going to get easier once you're exclusive. If anything, you're just stuck and it's going to get harder. Like the number of girls that he's bringing in and the way he's like gaslighting Serena into thinking like it's on her and just all of the rigmarole that has existed here. I'm just like, if I'm Serena, I'm like, you know what, maybe, and then the attitudes and then the Cyrus thing and like the way that Blair is like, you don't need to compete for this man. Like all of these things to me, I'm like, okay,
I'm not. This is just like
it has nothing to do with
clearer,
sobriety.
but it is an indication of such a lifestyle difference.
Yeah,
like,
and such
even
a maturity because she's again what you were saying, like willing to change, willing to morph herself into whoever she needs to be for her mans.
And it's like I just don't think you guys are all that compatible because
no,
regardless of if Serena's drinking or not, she does like to go to these upper like these classy events where there is drinking, and so will that be a problem if you're dating Aaron and you're taking him?
She also likes to go to high school events because she is in high school, and at those high school events too, sometimes there's drinking before whatever, but like I don't know. Anyway, so Lily, we have a brief moment where she confronts Eric about Jenny has been staying here, whatever. We then go to the Waldorf estate. Cyrus is sitting at the kitchen counter eating the pie that Blair has made. And the chill that went down my spine, I was like, I hope there's another pie. I hope this is just her test and she made two. Because what do you mean you cut into it?
I know. Well, also it's like most people bake their pies a day or two before Thanksgiving. Yeah. So like it is not crazy to think that you shouldn't eat a pie that's like cooling.
Exactly.
But another thing, I love Cyrus. I do. But I do just wonder if maybe we've gotten a little too comfortable too quickly in this house that is not yours.
Ratio, the slicing of the pie.
I just mean I'm back on the like just eating the pie. I'm like again like I know that I'm like I'm not a 55-year-old man who like whatever, but like. I just mean like I'm still like,
hey, I do want to put a pin in that.
I don't have the life experience that obviously Cyrus has. Like I would move through someone else's house differently than maybe a man like Cyrus would.
You know what I feel like right now? I feel like those TikToks where it's like someone in there like, I'm going to lie a bunch in front of my daughter and let's watch her reaction. So I was just being the daughter and you were just being the liar, pretending that you don't have that life experience, that you're not a 52-year-old man. And my face was going like, yeah, I was like, I guess we're going with this. And that was like just fun for me for a minute. I just wanted to bring you into
the Patreon. Anyway. I bet they'll enjoy it. But all I'm saying is I just think like, I guess a man of his age may feel differently when he's like getting engaged to a woman and he's in her house, but like I just feel like I would be tiptoeing around at this point still.
Well, especially
I wouldn't be
if
so
the woman you're marrying, her daughter is Blair Waldorf. I think that
emotional terrorist Blair Waldorf.
Like let's just err on the side of caution for a little while. Blair's obviously livid, sees her mom. She's like, everything's all about him. And we do find out, because then it's like every time Blair gets mad, we find out like that Cyrus has done the sweetest thing, which is that he made a reservation at Gramercy Tavern, which is Blair's favorite restaurant, and he's having the chef make all of the recipes that she loves. And she gets happy for a second, and then she gets mad again. And Eleanor's like, this is our family now. Get with the program. So Blair's like pissed, runs into Dorota on the steps. Dorota, you better tread carefully, girl. I'm nervous for you. Because Dorota says to Blair, I know something that I'm not supposed to tell you, but you're gonna want to know what it is.
It's like, do you know who you're talking to?
Dorota's so much more scared of Blair than she is of Eleanor. She's like, I know that because Blair goes, who do you work for? Spill it. The who do you work for is so funny. Because Blair, not you.
Blair really is a grown-up version. She's a grown-up version
Dakota
of
Fanning
yes.
and Uptown Girls, which, by the way, yesterday was the 23-year anniversary of Uptown Girls, and I didn't fucking get to watch it, and I can't even. Actually, I will say this: I was good. I was so pissed last night. I almost tweeted this, but then I was like, people will get the wrong idea. But like, you guys are my friends.
Right.
Last night, Anthony and I were like, because we finally got a TV in our bedroom. We haven't had a TV in there this whole time, which has been fine, except for like, I like to watch TV in bed, so I've been coming to bed so much later because there's not a TV in there. Whereas like, if there was, Anthony could go to sleep. I would be in there watching some TV and then fall asleep, whatever. So we got a TV mounted on the wall, and it's been great. So only took 2 days for this to happen. Second night of having the TV on the wall, I was like, and we're going to watch Uptown Girls tonight. He's like, we'll watch it in bed. I'm like, okay, great. So like, I'm doing my thing, whatever, getting ready for bed. Anthony texts me that there's like a live thing happening on Disney Plus where it's like this concert performance, I guess, in Disney World, where they have all these like Broadway veterans and like the original, voices of the princesses are singing songs, and they're all singing whatever songs from Disney. And he's like, it's so cool. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'll be in shortly. Not meaning that like pause it because I want to watch it with you. I just was like, I'll be in. So I go in there. He has brought it all the way back to the beginning for us to watch together. And I was like, oh, I don't want to watch this. Like, no offense. Like, I'm sure it's great, but like
you'll see it on Twitter the next day.
And like my day to day just is this. Like, I'm just like, I want to watch Uptown Girls now. And so he's like, well, I thought we were going to watch this together. I was like, why the fuck did you think that? I don't want to watch it. So he turns it on. And like, when I tell you, like, it's like these 5 people, they don't introduce any of them first. So you don't know who any of them are. Like, one guy did originate Tarzan on Broadway. One girl, I think, is currently on Broadway. But like, they didn't all have like they weren't like people that you would see and recognize. And anyway, they did bring out some other people later, like whatever, but it was just like them. And then they start doing I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. And he's like, okay, this one will be great. And I was like, there better be some good choreography. When I tell you they parked and barked it. And I was just like, okay, turn this off. And then any song you didn't like, I'd be like, fast forward. And he would fast forward like a little bit. And like not the whole way. And I was like, I want to watch Uptown Girls. Then he starts like loudly singing along to these songs in bed. Okay. And I'm like, I want to hear them. If you're going to make me watch this, I want to hear them. I don't want to hear you singing louder than them in my ear. I don't even want to watch this. And he won't stop. And I get up and I was like, hey, just so you know, this is my hell. I don't want to watch an hour of people standing still in the middle of a stage like a voice recital singing Disney songs right now. I don't care. There's no spectacle to this. There's no dance. There's no, like, it's not fun to watch unless you don't already exist in this world. And I certainly don't need you screaming at the top of my lungs, singing it in my ears when we were supposed to be watching Uptown Girls. Are we serious? So then I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom. I leave the room. I don't hear anything. I'm like, did you? He's like, I paused it. Phoebe. I said, are you rage baiting me right now? Don't pause it. I don't want to watch it. I was like, I want to watch Uptown Girls. Let me tell you what we did not watch, Uptown Girls, because he like demanded that we keep watching this stupid fucking thing. I was so mad. I was so mad at this man. I was like, it took 2 days of having a TV in our room for you to terrorize me before bed with Disney songs and you scream singing them. Like, it was just, and then I can't even get it. I was just like, this isn't cool enough. This isn't cool. If these were big numbers, like, bring out the dancers. You know what I mean? Like, make this fun to watch. I don't need to hear a man stand still on the stage and sing, I'll make a man out of you. Like I don't need to hear it. like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I hear it when I teach voice lessons all week. Believe me, I hear all those songs a million times a day. I don't know. Am I being a bitch?
No, I would be
Do you think he should have used his brain? Yeah. And
It does
I was
sound like a classic case of rage baiting you.
oh my God. And I literally was like, stop rage baiting me. Stop it. Like, I was so pissed off. And then we couldn't even get Uptown Girls up. And I was like, if we tried this 2 hours ago, oh, I was so pissed off. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up, but
well, we were talking
sometimes
about
marriage is hard, you
Girls.
guys. Sometimes marriage is hard. Oh yeah, we were supposed to watch it and we didn't get to, and that's why. And that is why. Anywho, so Blair just asked Dorota, who do you work for? Spill it. And Dorota tells Blair that Cyrus has proposed, and they're telling everybody at Thanksgiving, and she shows her the ring. Blair has a really amazing point that she makes later, which is like, I'm not everyone else. It is crazy to me that Eleanor wouldn't have told Blair about this before choosing to tell everybody. It's crazy to me that Cyrus didn't come to Blair and like ask for her blessing. I know there's a risk you might not get it, but then like if you love her enough, no offense, you guys are old, so like you can wait a little longer. Like just keep working towards getting Blair. But also I don't know that Blair would have said no. Like
no, I agree. I think she really would have respected it.
I think she would have been like, okay.
I think it's such a different family dynamic because it is just Eleanor and Blair. So for her to not come to Blair separately just feels a little bit of an oversight
that like is an issue. So Lily and Jenny are talking, and Lily's like, listen, I'm going to set up a meeting with you and your father once everything calms down. And Jenny's like, well, thanks, but you don't know how he's been. Jenny, shut the hell up, girl. Like, don't be giving sass to Miss Lily Vanderwoodson, who is objectively saving your ass right now. You know?
100%.
And she's super annoying. She's like, I'm going to bed. By the way, going to bed in your house when you didn't invite me.
I know, I thought that was crazy. Like I was like I was like in my room for a second while I was I like stepped away from the TV, and so I didn't see this moment. I just heard it, and I was like, is she like gonna go like sleep on the street? And then I realized she meant like she's going to bed.
I'm going to the bed that I've taken over in your home while you were gone.
Imagine she's Eric put her in Bart and Millie's room.
It's so funny. So as she leaves her purse, and Lily like tries to call after her, but whatever. And Lily just immediately grabs the papers that are standing tall above the purse and looks at them and sees the emancipation papers. Jenny, you have botched this. And it really is, at the end of the day, you are a 15-year-old girl. And moments like this really show that.
So the next day, Rufus and Dan are shopping for... I'm like, okay, this is classic men who are living alone right now. Because, like, what do you mean you're doing your Thanksgiving Day shopping on Thanksgiving?
On Thanksgiving, I know.
But, like, and they're not alone. This is actually probably the most male-centered day for the grocery store.
Oh,
is Thanksgiving. Or Christmas.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, if you're going to the grocery store on Thanksgiving, excluding like different circumstances, whatever, for the most part, it should be because like, oh God, we ran out of this, or we forgot one thing, and I'm sending you to go get it. You know, it shouldn't be I'm doing my entire... And also, sorry, unrealistic that store was so stocked on Thanksgiving.
Agree. And Aaron, I know that like maybe you didn't know if you were going to be invited to Thanksgiving, but like again, classic man doing the shopping for the gift on the day.
Exactly. So Dan and Rufus run into Aaron, and he's like automatically weird about Serena. And Dan kind of like spills some tea about his dad and Lily and whatever. And Dan says, well, you know Serena. I mean, you're dating her. She's complicated. And Aaron's like,
hey, that's literally the last word I would use to describe my girlfriend.
She seems pretty simple to me. I mean, he's literally like, in what way? And Dan's like, are we talking about the same person? She blonde hair, she towers over, but that's her. Yeah, she's complicated. And Aaron's like, no. And he asks what kind of cheese she likes. And Dan's like, oh, nah, you should just go with the wine. And Aaron goes, guess you don't know her as well as you think you do because she doesn't drink anymore. And Dan goes, oh, well, yeah, not problematically, of course, not for months. Dan, I do have to give it to you. That's funny as fuck. It's epic. And so then Aaron leaves, whatever.
And so we go to the Waldorfs. Blair is like trying to coax this information out of Eleanor as like slyly as possible, and it's like just not working. Eleanor she's in her Luann.
She's in her exactly. Vibe. She's saying to Blair, just be cool. don't be all like uncool. That's basically what Eleanor was saying to her. Blair's furious. She is there anything you want to tell me? And Blair's mom is like, yes, I'm just going to tell you later. And so Blair's furious, and she's like, Dorota, we're leaving. And Dorota goes, but it's your favorite holiday. She goes, not anymore. And they're leaving. So, and then we have the fated run-in of Nate and Vanessa at the gallery.
Hey, Nate, I don't believe you came to the gallery solely because you didn't want to run into Dan.
No.
I think that there was a part of you that was hoping Vanessa would be there.
Well, yes.
And he's playing dumb.
Too. And I think they kind of acknowledge that later. Maybe not.
I don't remember.
It is cute because he's here because he borrowed the Pixies box set from Rufus and he wrote a thank you note and gives it to Vanessa and is like, can you return this for me?
And
it's like,
cute.
Again, he's like making all of his amends in his last like communications before he jets off. And as Phoebe said, like he tells Vanessa he didn't take it there because he thinks Dan hates him. And Nate's like, I've alienated everybody. And then he tells Vanessa to take care of herself with tears in his eyes and leaves.
Well, he also says something to, he says, I somehow alienated everyone in my life. Or like he says something about Chuck.
I did say that.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, I mean, that he does say that. All I said is that he says that he's alienated everyone, but did you want to add to it?
No, I couldn't remember. I feel like I heard the line differently than I took notes of.
Okay.
But I feel like I thought he was like making a dig towards Chuck, Dan, and Vanessa when he said it.
Oh. It doesn't.
But I don't
seems like maybe like for some of them, it's a dig, like to Chuck. I think he thinks it's a dig, but like, I don't know. So Serena's talking to Chuck and she's like, hey, like you can't tell Aaron a thing. He's coming over here. You need to pretend I'm the Virgin Mary. Are we clear?
He says, you have my word. Whatever that's worth.
Which is another epic Chuck quote. Sorry. You have my word, whatever that's worth. And then he goes, let's go meet Eric. We're having a business meeting.
Why are Chuck and Eric kind of like Chuck and drama?
Oh my God.
Chuck is Eric, drama is Chuck.
I was like, please, yeah. No, 100%. Also, wait, I know Anthony sent you that video of that kid who sounds exactly like drama.
Like drama. Alexa.
It's like,
Alexa.
What does he say to play?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It's some song and he says it in Drama's voice. So anyway, Chuck's going to go have his business meeting with Eric. Aaron comes in and he says, hey, and she says, hey, and his hey is not on the same level as hers, which I noticed. And then she immediately says it.
He immediately comes out with it.
Yeah. He's like, so I ran into Dan, who the hell is Georgina? And Serena's like, huh? Like immediately starts ticking. She's like, I have literally no idea who that is. And you know what? Dan is probably just jealous. I guess he's not as over me as he thought he was. Like, I should have seen this coming, whatever. So then Lily's calling Rufus. Rufus is cooking. And Lily's like, you need to get here right away. I'll see you soon. Dan's like, but Vanessa's coming over for tea day. And Rufus is like, fucking cancel it. Let's go. And so he's doing that. And as Vanessa's leaving the gallery, there's someone waiting outside who wants to talk to her about Nate Archibald.
Very strange.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you know about Nate Archibald? It's like, okay, relax.
She's like, how much time do you have? She's like, still pissed.
She's like,
need a handwriting sample here.
We should sit down.
She doesn't have the letter for Jenny yet, but this is the thank you note to Rufus. She's like taking all the mail that they're supposed to get from Nate. So Chuck and Eric are now in Bart's office looking through the safe, or they're about to look through the safe. And Chuck's like, you gonna open it? And Eric's like, I don't know. And he goes, I'll tell you the code. He just like tells him the code, and Eric's like, okay. And they open it, and there are folders on all of it. Well, sorry, Vanessa calls Chuck because the FBI came and Nate's in trouble. So Chuck has to leave to go talk about that and just lets Eric go through it. And Eric finds folders
Nate,
on all
I don't
of
even
them.
know who that is anymore.
Literally.
And then she's like, no, Chuck, it's serious. And he's like, okay.
And that is so Chuck. Like, and so Blair, where it's like, at first they're like, I don't give a fuck. And then it's like, wait, this is serious. Okay, I'll be there in 1 minute. Like,
exactly.
Whereas Serena is like the opposite way. She's like, wait, oh my God, what? Oh, I can't come. I'm getting I'm getting cracked. I can't come. Thanks for telling me.
Except she's not. They haven't crossed that line.
Hilarious that's a big storyline next episode. So it's getting slutty up in here. Anyway,
so Eric's alone with the safe, and when Chuck leaves, he like takes his. At first, we think that he just takes his dossier, but he sees that there's a dossier for each person.
Also, okay, dossier.
That I said that?
Yeah. I don't think they say it, and that's like a fancy word, and I was just writing file. I'm not making fun of you.
Thinks I am dumb as freaking rocks.
I'm going to reach through the screen and throttle you. I was giving you a compliment, bitch. Jesus Christ. Take them when they come, okay?
I will. I think my vocabulary is getting a lot better, actually.
Why?
I don't know. I just think I've
what
tried
are you doing to improve it?
No, I've been reading.
Okay. Comic books don't count. Just kidding. They do count. They count. They count. Phoebe's like, yeah, I have actually been using the word kapow kind of often, and it's been working. So anyway, Dorota and Blair are walking down the street, and Dorota's phone starts ringing. And what is her ringtone? Oh, none other than "I'm a Slave for You" by the incomparable Britney Spears. Yeah.
Which is just like, it's so funny for a trillion reasons, but it's even funnier that this is Eleanor Waldorf's ringtone.
Wait, for Eleanor. Do you think it's only for Eleanor? Or do you think it's like
I like
her
that
work
idea
phone and anyone who calls?
Like,
yeah.
Dorota is a slave to Eleanor.
I also like that the ringtone goes on so long and there's no like acknowledgement of what the song is. It's almost like Blair like already knows that's her ringtone and is like,
because she immediately goes, "Are you gonna get that?" or something. Like she says, she's like, "That's your phone."
So she must know that it's Eleanor's ringtone if she's like, "Are you gonna whatever?"
And then Dorota says, "Miss Blair, it's like Thanksgiving. She says something, and then Blair goes, "Well, we don't have anything to be thankful for."
And Dorota's like, well, why don't we just go feed the ducks like we did when you were little? Blair goes, fine, I'm not a monster. I'm not going to deprive ducks of food on Thanksgiving. And they go. But I do love the Dorota and Blair feeding the ducks thing. This is the first time we're seeing it, but it is going to happen a lot.
Blair says, if I look like I'm having even a little bit of fun, we're leaving.
So good. So we're at the Vanderwoodson villa. They're having drinks. Lily offers Serena wine. Serena's like, what? Serena's like, knocks out of her hand. She's like, Mom, sorry. Are you trying to thwart my sobriety right now, Mom? Mom. And Lily's like, what? You love drinking. Come on, Serena, you love drinking. And she's just like pissed. And I think this is when Serena's like, oh no, that's not yet. Never mind. So then Jenny finds Eric, who immediately tells Jenny about the files. I don't know why.
Jenny doesn't give a shit.
No, Jenny's like, okay, can we talk about me again, please? But he hasn't opened Serena.
Getting emancipated here.
Yeah. Hey, I'm kind of going through something. I have to prove neglect for my dad, who's obsessed with me. Can you help me?
Eric, can you? I'm gonna hold on to this doorknob really hard, and I need you to punch me.
Hit me as hard as you can. Hit me as hard as you can. So Jenny's like, well, okay, I don't care about this. Have you seen my papes? Have you seen my emancipation papes? And he's like, no. And then Lily calls him down to be social. Psych, it's a setup. Rufus and Dan are there. Aaron is fucking pissed about Dan being here. He literally says, oh, it's the last person I wanted to see. Okay. Like, right. I mean, I know Serena just made it seem like Dan like fabricated all this stuff, like whatever, but like chill,
a little
guy.
Dramatic, I think.
Chill, guy. So anyway, they come in. Rufus is looking at the papers as Jenny walks down. Dan and Aaron approach Serena, and Dan's like, hey, so your boyfriend just called me a liar. And Serena's like, Dan, can I talk to you in private? If I'm Aaron, I'm like, anything you can say to him, you can say in front of your peeps. Like, what do you mean? He's mad at you because you told me that he's a liar, and now you're asking him to go talk in private. Why? Because you're a liar? Because you need to talk about how you actually are a liar. And Dan's like, no, we don't need to talk. Sorry, I lied. And he just like falls on the sword, which actually
I was like, all right.
A rare good moment for Dan, where he's just like, I'm going to let this play out however it is. But Aaron does leave, and Dan and Serena do talk, and she's like, listen, he doesn't know anything about me. He doesn't know about Georgina. Like, he doesn't know that I love to drink. He just doesn't know these things. So don't tell him, please. Okay. I'm trying something else, trying something new. Her hair looks ridiculous. Did you notice?
Her whole outfit is crazy, actually.
The whole outfit's, I mean, but the hair, did you notice what's happening? And I did pause to take a picture of it. I'll actually just send it to you while we're talking about it, because
Like,
she's got braids tied into a bow.
Every time I picture Serena van der Woodsen's hair, there's like a 50-50 chance I see twigs. I see twigs in her hair.
Yes, literally. Like, she actually would have gone so far into like the hair tinsel trend, but also I think she does get into like the feathers.
Whoa,
at
that's
some point.
crazy. Why is it always so
do you see what I'm saying?
frizzy?
It's so messy.
She
so
looks
frizzy.
like she has straw for hair.
I know. It's in a ponytail, but she has like a bunch of braids. And
those braids don't even look like her hair. Like, they look like they're like pre-done.
Well, they're probably
like rope,
not.
To be honest.
They look like rope, and they're like tied into a bow, like off center. And then she has like a couple extra braids that are like going through to her ponytail. And then her hair, like, it just is a mess.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna be honest. It's a
and it
total
looks
mess.
like she like slept in it.
And this is the day that your boyfriend's meeting your. Well, she's trying to be low mate. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's like,
I
don't care about my.
This reminds me,
she's in my hair. It's probably from my nature walk earlier.
She is in this like rich, deep red shirt.
She looks like a Thanksgiving dish.
And she is in a gold tight skirt. Or shorts. Yeah. I can't really remember.
Also,
they don't match.
It's a skirt. Could you imagine having to eat a Thanksgiving meal in this outfit?
I would feel like satiny
fabric. What?
I would have felt like how I'm sure Brittany Cartwright felt through the whole Valley reunion.
Dude, that dress. Okay, listen, I'm going to say one thing.
I'm like, did Jax's publicist, did she style her for this before Brittany knew everything?
Brittany's a mess. And here's what I need to say. Fuck Jax, of course. But like, I think there's a world where they're both crazy. And they're both like.
Well, she was married to him.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
Despite everything. I'm like, you let it get to this point. Like,
I am watching. Brecken's watching it for the first time. And seeing young Brittany, like, she saw a picture of Brittany just on Instagram, and she was like, "That's Brittany."
She's so beautiful.
He really did.
And this has nothing to do with any weight she may or may not have gained.
Well, it's all about what she always
put
says
in her face.
Jax took her sporkle.
Yeah, he took her sporkle, and that's just that.
And so it's just, you see it in her eyes, like she's just like, it's really sad what he did to her.
Yeah. It really
is. And continues to do. I mean, I'm sure he made her crazy. I don't think she was crazy, though, before they started dating.
I don't think so either. I think
he made her crazy.
There is something crazy about her moving from Kentucky to be with him so quickly. Like, it was like the first date. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, I think there's a part of her that really wanted this life. And like, now she got it. And I'm sure she wouldn't change a thing because she has Cruz and he's amazing. But like, they're just like the emails. By the way,
guys. Go ahead. I was just going to say, all that I meant about the dress was that, like, it was such a tight dress.
Yeah.
And if I was in Serena's outfit and had to sit down for a Thanksgiving meal, I imagine that sitting for an 8-hour day of filming in that dress probably wasn't super comfortable.
I think about this all the time with everything they wear. I'm like, how uncomfortable are you? Because your posture has to be such a certain way. You're, like, not able to put your back against the seat, really, because you have to, like, how uncomfortable. But I also think her dress was designed to kind of almost look like when you're buttoning something, but it like doesn't fit and all the buttons are gaping. Like, that was actually the intentional design of the dress. So it's easy to like go there in your mind, because it's like I know that's what it's supposed to look like, but that's also how it would feel to eat a Thanksgiving meal in that dress.
It's just not what I would pick for a 10-hour day.
No,
in front of a camera. So anyway, I didn't mean to. It's not a comment on her body. It looked deeply uncomfortable. It was a weird choice.
And I think we're all in agreement.
She said it was tight. She said it was tight. So
I think we're all in agreement. So Dan basically tells Serena, look, you need to tell Aaron everything, because like the truth is going to come out. And as if on cue, Eric walks in with the dossiers and he's like, and here's the truth. So we go to Nate, Vanessa, and Chuck. They're having a meeting. The FBI agent walks in and he basically tells Nate, look, your dad is about to commit extortion and kidnapping. And it took me a minute to realize what the plan was, but when I did, I was like, that's insane. So the FBI agent is like, look, your dad has nothing left. Like, he brought over just enough money to get by, but he didn't like spend it wisely. He lived the way he's used to living, and now it's gone. But he knows that the Vanderbilts have money, and
Which
they
is
think
my
that,
question
like,
of like, I know the Vanderbilts want to take it out on Howard. Like, they don't want to reward bad
Yeah.
behavior. And if it seems like they're just going to fund Nate and the mom's life, then Howard's just going to leech off of it again, however he can. Because he can clearly manipulate Nate's mom really, really well. But I am a little bit confused by what, like, if the Vanderbilts are still rich, why aren't they, like, at least swooping in to help Nate? Like, I don't understand.
Well, I think the thought is that Nate. Okay, here's what I think. Number one, I think there's a lot of shame. And I think that there's a good chance Nate's mom has not been totally honest about everything that's happening and isn't accepting the help. Because, like, the captain didn't have the money. It was her money. And, like, her bad choice and, like, marrying him and, like, looking the other way has ended up here. So I could see there being a part of the Vanderbilts who are like, this is on you, and, like, whatever.
That's
I could
fair.
also see there be, she's so obsessed with protecting him that it's like, I see that angle too, where they're like, well, we're not going to help you because you're just going to give everything to him. But they do think the Vanderbilts would give the captain money if he left without Nate or his mom. And this is where I was confused, because I was like, well, the plan is to leave with Nate and his mom, so I don't get it. And then we find out his plan was to take Nate and his mom so he could hold them hostage, basically, and hold them for ransom and get the money from the Vanderbilts. And, like, that is just kind of crazy. And Nate's obviously really upset. And Vanessa's like, you have two choices. You can end it all now, or you can let him go. And Chuck's like, yeah, you got to turn your dad in, basically.
And so
Jenny and Rufus.
Well, we just went through so much. Jenny is explaining the last couple weeks to Rufus and, like, how she got here. And she's like, it seems like this where you are reminded of, like, how childish Jenny is. Like, the way that the way she's like, and then Agnes did this, and like the way that the exasperation when she's explaining things is very, like, kid throwing a tantrum.
Yes, very much. And this reminds me of the moment in Uptown Girls where Dakota Fanning is punching Brittany Murphy and then stops and hugs her. And it's like Brittany's just letting her punch her for a while. And, like, at first she tries to stop her from the hit and she hits her, and then she's just like, do what you need to do. This reminds me of that, because Jenny is taking these, like, you know, metaphorical hits at Rufus and just yelling at him and telling him everything. And I'm so mad at you, and I don't want to be your daughter anymore. And he's not giving her anything back. And he just goes like, I'm out of angry. I miss you too much. And
this
your
was
brother
a
helped me realize that I haven't
scene
told
for Rufus.
Oh, it was. He goes, your brother helped me realize that I haven't told you that I love you. And look, I'm going to let you go if that's what you want. I'm not going to stand in your way or the court's way, but there is nothing you can do to make me stop loving you. And
I just don't, like, it doesn't make sense to me that this doesn't crack Jenny.
I know.
Like,
I think in this moment she's feeling a level of guilt, and, like, she might. Like,
well, she says that to him. She says, you can't guilt me.
Yeah, but, like, ultimately, yes, you can. And I think so. She's like, she wants this. It fits her narrative better if that is what he's doing. If he's guilting her and this isn't real. But the truth is, it is real. And so once she kind of takes some time and realizes that, she'll get there. But I think right now she's like, I need to believe that you're a bad parent so that I feel less terrible. Because at the end of the day, Jenny does have a conscience. She does feel bad about this, you know?
Exactly.
So it's like, she doesn't want him to be nice to her in this moment, because it makes it much harder to do everything she needs to do or wants to do. So the Vanderwoodson gang,
by the way,
comes on the steps.
We say that she takes the papers and leaves.
Yes. I didn't say the papers thing, so thank you. So the Vanderwoodson gang comes down the steps. They have all the files. They confront Bart.
Lily's like,
look what I found, Bart. Except for that, I did forget she already knew she had a file.
Yeah.
So that's not the gotcha moment, but she didn't know the kids had files.
It's one of those good Lily moments where, like, she's like, remember she's a parent.
Yes, exactly. And I love when she comes back down to earth and has that moment. And so he's like, well, I'm just looking out for you guys. And they all go to leave. And she goes, listen, if you're not for this family, I'm going to take mine and go spend it with them. And they all leave.
So Then we go to the Archibalds, and Nate
Jesus.
is getting back in and sees that Howard is like, we gotta freaking go. We gotta go get your suitcase.
Howard is like running, like
Howard
he's running
just
up
did a
and down
line.
the walls, like fully upside down. Like he's like running back and forth. He's like hamster wheel in their hallway. He's like, come on, Nate, pack your things.
Talk about a speed freak. Get him and Spencer Hastings in a room together.
Oh my God, think of what could get done. Well, one of them would probably die. But anyway, this is where it really becomes clear that he's planning to hold Nate and his mom for ransom. And Nate's like, listen, the FBI are on their way here.
Howard's like, well, not all the money would be for me. Which I was like,
yeah, Nate's like,
nice,
anyway,
cool.
He's like, if you can't do the right thing, I can't respect you. And he goes, your options are you can leave and I will never respect you, or you can be a man and stay here.
He was like, I love you so much, but if you...
Yeah.
I think that was such a... It was like what Rufus... It was kind of a similar conversation to what Rufus was saying. It's less
harsh because Rufus isn't saying like, I mean, I guess in a way he is, but he's not saying like, I can't respect you or blah, blah, blah. But he is like, if you can, I need you to do the right thing. So that like... Yeah. And it's like he needs... For Rufus, like he needs Jenny to kind of come to it on her own, like he as a parent. But for Nate, he's like, you're the parent, so like you need to do the right thing because you already know what the right thing is. Yeah. Jenny might not totally get it right now. She's 15, but like for Captain Archibald, it is black and white, and like you should know. And it's just like whatever. And so then I don't know if this happens right here, but the FBI knocks on the door, and the captain surrenders himself. They arrest him.
And the Stockholm syndrome wife,
Nate, like
she's like,
know, God,
she's like, don't do this
twice, girl. Like, come on. And Nate is just like hugging his mom and like comforting her. And it's like, again, Nate is the man of the house.
Yeah. So then we go to the diner, and Eric and Lily are. I mean, no one likes a plate of fries like Lily Vanderwoodson.
No, she is always ordering a plate of fries for the table.
100%. Better if it's a shoestring or a truffle fry. She loves
crispy,
those.
Little crispy. But I think 100%. And then she's always getting like a little side of ketchup. She just like
and she likes whatever aioli she can get.
Yes, totally. But I think there's also like she's like wherever she's trying all the different types of fries. But I do think there's something about her like she craves the simplicity of the diner fries. You know what I mean? Like that's like, so she's like, oh, we're having the annual Vanderwoodson Diner Thanksgiving. And Eric confesses that he read his mom's file and he found out she was in an institution like he was. And he wants to talk about it when she's ready.
He was really sweet. I mean, he was really, really sweet.
I know, like they have such a sweet relationship where it's like he can be completely, we see it all the time. He can be completely honest with her and she really hears him. It's not the same as like Serena at all. Like it's like she really values Eric's opinion and wants to do better.
He's a voice of reason, whereas like Serena, they're such mirrors of each other that I think it's hard for them to argue. But
totally,
he's a voice of reason. He says something that makes her burst out laughing.
Well, she goes, how did you get so wise? And he says, the nanny. Oh. And I'm like, did you mean the actual nanny or the television show? Either way, fabulous answer.
But and so then she's like, Serena or Lily goes, I wonder what errand Serena had to go run with her file, which I thought was such a that's such a funny way to put it. And we find out what she
missed that moment.
Yeah, she's like, what errand did she have to go run with her file?
Erin is the errand. So they're going to go have a real Thanksgiving dinner, apparently. I wonder where they'll go. And Serena shows up at the Waldorfs. And this is crazy. Like, the way she comes in, they're like Eleanor and Cyrus are like, where is Blair? We're worried. We've been calling her. She's not returning our calls. Can you call her? Serena's like, no, but I'll send her a text.
I thought that was crazy. And she's like, I'll let you know. She's like, okay, I texted her, like, is Aaron here?
Out of my way, I need to talk to my boy toy. And she goes over to him and she's like, listen, Dan didn't lie, I did. And she hands him the file. I'm like, hey, Serena, maybe you should go through it first and make sure. Yeah, make sure it's all stuff that he needs to know.
It wasn't too long ago that you thought you killed a man.
Murdered a man. I just think, yeah. And she's like, read this, and if you still want to be with me after, let me know. And then as she's leaving, she goes, Blair's on 5th and 71st, and leaves. I'm like, well, why don't you go look for her, bitch?
I know, I thought.
Like, you're not doing anything here anymore. Like, just you have time to kill.
Like, in and out. She is crazy.
Literally. She's like, hope you had a pen to write that down. I'm not repeating myself. Gets in the elevator.
All my
leaves.
text delete. All my text delete after 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Aaron, you hear that? It's my way of living in the now.
My stepfather has a literal file on me. If you think I'm keeping anything on my phone past 30 seconds, you're crazy. You're crazy. So Blair and Dorota run into Jenny, who is crying and frigid. This scene, oh my God. So Jenny's like, explains what's going on. She's like, Dad and I got in a fight. I've been crashing at Eric's. My dad chased me down. And Blair's like, you're lucky. You have a family who fights for you. Mine doesn't even notice if I'm there. And Jenny's like, get real. Your mother loves you in her own way. And Blair says, not the way your father loves you. I've never had that. Your father will go anywhere for you anytime. And
I
it's
think
just
Blair
like,
looks beautiful in this episode and the next episode. Her
I
hair
agree.
looks so good.
she's got a new haircut with like these layers.
It's a little
that
bit
are
more
really
like
working.
blown out too. It feels like.
Yeah, it's got more volume and motion. Like it looks. She looks gorgeous. I agree.
Speaking of blowouts, that QVC girl is killing me every time I see that video. And normally that's not something that makes me laugh very much. That kind of humor.
Oh, the blowjob.
But the way her hands go up. And she's not facing the camera when she says herself. The way that she's not even looking at the camera.
Guys, if you haven't seen it, there's a QVC clip where the woman is talking about her hairstyle or something.
Yeah, I think it's a wig.
Like, and she's talking about like getting the blowout look, but she says blowjobs clear as day. And then she cannot recover from it. She like cannot keep her shit together to the point that she melts beneath the counter on live television, hoping that nobody will see her anymore.
It made me want to watch QVC because now
I was like, this cannot be real.
I'm getting all these clips of like apparently funny shit happens on QVC.
Funny shit happens all the time.
I found a video of a woman.
It's just like a bunch of wine moms on live TV. They think they're on Good Morning America.
She's test driving an electric tricycle, and there's commentary happening as she's riding it throughout the studio, and they're like, oh my gosh, who taught her how to use it? And there's a facade of a fake like garage extension of a home.
Mm-hmm.
She runs full speed right into it.
Okay, we need like America's Funniest Home Videos, but it's like all
QVC
from QVC. Because it just really is like
live
those like 50-something women, 60-something women who are like, and again, by the way, the wig that she's talking about, and I said blowout, and you might be envisioning Blair Waldorf's hair in this episode. No. It's that like John and Kate +8 hairstyle.
It's like Kelly from Dance Moms.
Yes, that's the wig that she's wearing. It's so funny. Anyway, so Blair is sort of like having this sisterly moment with Jenny, which she is known to do, and I kind of love when it happens.
She was rude to Jenny until she realized things were. It's kind of what we were talking about that earlier, where it's like Chuck will be
Chuck
mad
and Blair
at you.
Are both like this, like,
but then they like are able to come down to earth for a second, and like
they can see the forest for the trees a little more than like people give them credit for. And I also think there's a part of Blair that's like, because let's not forget where they began. Blair was taking Jenny under her wing, so it's like I think there's still a part of Blair that's like, you lost little kitten, let me help you. You know, like she can't help but be that. She, so, okay. Do you hear what's happening in my house? Anthony, this is killing me. Anthony really wanted a, oh my God, he just texted me, Tony Stark has the Spice Village in his kitchen in Avengers Endgame.
Wait, that's so funny.
Anthony is like on this whole thing where he like wants to turn the basement into like a movie theater of sorts. And at first he wanted to do a projector, but I was like, I don't think you're going to like it because it's just the quality isn't going to be as good as you want. And like, he's also like, I don't want to just have a projector. Like it's going to be a whole thing. Like, I don't, whatever. So I was going to, for his birthday, which is coming up, I was going to get him a really big TV for down there because TVs, like, they're not that expensive anymore. And I was like,
and they can be massive.
Yeah, it'll be an expensive birthday gift, but like I was able to find a 75-inch TV for like $500. And I was like, it seemed to like have everything that he would need. And I was like, okay. And so I was going to do it. And then he tells me, he's like, I think I'm going to order a 75-inch TV for downstairs. And I was like, okay, well, can you like not do that? Because I was going to get that for you for your birthday. And he's like, no, it's way too much. And like, I need to have my hands in there. Like, I need to pick the TV, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So he's like, I'm also going to get a sound bar. I was like, okay, I'll buy you the sound bar. Perfect. He's like, okay. Then like earlier this week, he's like, hey, I just ordered everything because I don't know, I want it. So I just ordered it and so it's coming. Don't worry about it. And the sound bar got here last night. He painted one of the walls. He's been like begging me to paint it black. I was like, no, we are not having a black basement. But he did like this navy blue, which like I think I don't know, whatever. He's gonna put this massive TV. So if I don't like it, I'm barely gonna see it. But the sound bar came in and we started using it, and it sounds amazing. But it is shaking the whole house right now. And
I know my neighbor has one.
It's awesome.
I can tell it's very effective.
Yeah, but I'm like, I can hear it. I feel like I'm in an IMAX theater right now, and I'm recording a podcast. I'm creating art. So anyway,
I can't hear it, if that helps.
Blair, okay, good. As Blair's saying all this to Jenny sees a taxi pull up, and it's so funny because Jenny looks at it and Blair goes, "What? What is my hair?" And Jenny's like, mm-mm. And Eleanor comes out. First thing she does is takes her shawl off of herself and puts it around Jenny. It's like, you look frigid. And it's like, this is something but some people forget about Eleanor Waldorf is you can have a massive blowout fight with her, a falling out. At the end of the day, though, she still is, like, she's used to having Blair Waldorf as her daughter. If you think that a massive blowout fight is going to change the way she sees you forever, it doesn't matter how you left
she
her
still sees
studio,
Jenny as a 15-year-old
she's still
girl.
going to see you as you're shivering on the street, and let me put this over you. And it's so
I like this moment where Jenny goes, before she walks over, Jenny's like, it's not nothing's in your hair, it's just that you're wrong. And
yes.
It's this, like, and it doesn't make everything that Blair just said to Jenny, like, null, but
right.
It is a good reminder to Blair that, like, her mom does really, like,
well, right. It's like the exact lesson she's trying to teach Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Blair needs to learn it too, you know? And so Eleanor's like, okay, come on. You've made your point, but Blair, let's go. Get in the car. And she's just like ready to like brush over all of it.
And Blair goes,
I don't think I have. Which is, again, as soon as Eleanor is like within 50 feet of Blair is now acting like a child again. Like, she's always so adult till her mom's around.
Blair says, okay, on one condition, Jenny has to go home too. And I'm like, okay,
and Jenny
how's
starts
this
crying. And Eleanor's so cute though. She goes, okay, come on, Jenny. And she like grabs her shoulders. She goes, oh, okay. Like, or with her crying, she like makes a little note, and she goes, we're going to drop you. Come on, let's go. And like gets Jenny in the car. They're going to drive to Brooklyn to drop Jenny first. Like,
oh my God, Ramona Singer is cursing the wind.
Yes. Okay, so we already talked about Captain getting arrested. Vanessa and Chuck come up to Nate's house. We find out Nate got his house back. It's great. Chuck like steps away to give Vanessa and Nate a moment. And Vanessa's like, me too, whatever that is. I think it's Dan and Serena, actually. But he's like, well, why don't we get together sometime? And she's like, okay. And then Chuck and Nate talk, and Chuck's like, I'm happy you're here. Let's go get drunk. So that's what they're going to go do.
Mm-hmm. And so we go to the Waldorf. This is so cute because Eleanor says something to her on the street of like, we have to, like, there's a big thing waiting for you that we have to do at the house. And Blair
like, I thought my favorite thing was here. And Eleanor's like, it is. Which is also sweet because like Eleanor knows like your dad is your favorite thing, not me. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. And we're not we're not trying to replace our traditions, our family, your father with Cyrus. There's a world where we get to have it all. And like, that's something Blair just wasn't seeing. But now, like in this scene, it's very apparent that like Cyrus is not trying to erase everything Blair's always known. It's just like, it was not enough. We didn't have enough people here. Now we do. So Blair comes out of the elevator and she's like, I thought you were getting engaged. And, oh, sorry, not yet. She sees her dad first, a big moment. Mm-hmm. And then Blair's like, I thought you were getting engaged. And Eleanor's like, well, we are, but we wanted Harold to approve first. And so he's approved, which is also very sweet. I'm like, what? The only thing better than asking Blair, because if Harold approves,
then
Blair
Blair
will
approves.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then even cuter, Dorota brings over an apple or a pumpkin pie.
It's so cute. And so
it looks really good. And I'm not a pumpkin pie person, but like
that made me do you think it was pumpkin pie?
I think it is. Because it had that like caramelization. It might have been pumpkin apple because
I thought it had caramelized apples on top.
Oh, no, I think it was just like the way that sometimes people like the top gets kind of caramelized and crispy, the way like a creme brulee looks.
I see. I see. So Dan and Rufus get home, and they were like, ah, shucks, I thought Jenny would be here. And out she comes. There she is.
From the shadows. Imagine all the lights are off. Jenny's sitting in a chair, like a swivel chair.
Yeah.
And then
Dressed entirely in black.
She turns one lamp on. And
but it's giving something Blair would do. It's giving something Spencer would do. It's giving something Mona would do.
Something Chuck would do.
Something Chuck would do.
Something Mona has done.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So, Jenny says, "I love you too, Dad," and she rips up the Look at who.
You missed him. He just got a little comfortable.
Oh, I didn't even see his head. He's so cute. So anyway, Jenny says, "I love you too, Dad." She rips up the emancipation papers and she says, "I don't want to not be your daughter." And they have like a big
it was
hug.
really
It's
sweet.
very cute.
And so then we go to the Vanderwoodsons, and Aaron is bringing the file back to Serena and is like, "I don't need to read this because..."
Crazy restraint, by the way.
Oh, there's no way he didn't read it.
I'm like...
Imagine he read it and he's like, okay, I'm just going to go
You know what it is? He's like, she can't be that interesting. Like, I really, honestly, like... With her high school hijinks, like, I'm really not interested. Like, I don't really give a fuck. I'm a grown adult man. Like, there's nothing she's doing that's more interesting than anything I've done. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what it is. But I'm like, dude, you know not what you do when you get this back to her. Like, this is epic. I want to read it. Anyway, so he doesn't read it. And he's like, "I want to know you, but you can tell me yourself." Ugh, whatever.
And
Lily and
we go back to the loft. Eric and Lily get there. It's just so bizarre.
Craziest line of the episode.
I actually was reading that and I was like, wait. Oh, yeah. Lily says. You say it.
"It's Thanksgiving, and I couldn't think of anywhere that felt more like home."
Huh.
Really? Because this has never been your home. Let's be clear. Like, the poverty loft has never been your home, bitch. Maybe Rufus is home, but I'm like, that is a crazy thing to say.
It was very weird. Imagine if like Allison was there.
No, I know. Like, I'm like, girl, remember last year? Did it feel like home last year? Because I seem to remember you leaving this place last year because it was so uncomfortable. Anyway, Vanessa then shows up. Perfect. She and Jenny have like this awkward run-in, and Jenny apologizes about Nate. And Vanessa, liar, says, "Our friendship is more important than some guy." And so they're all getting ready, and Jenny has like this huge sack of mail because, again, she's not been living here. And Vanessa, for some reason, takes it upon herself to go through said stack of mail and finds the letter that we watched Nate send to Jenny.
It's been a big point that Nate and Jenny have been like,
both of them have
they
said,
haven't
like,
talked.
I don't know. And they both have said, Nate's been like, "Jenny hasn't talked to me in weeks." Jenny's like, "Nate hasn't talked to me in weeks." So they both think the other person.
Right.
The big thing that's missing is that Jenny never got his letter. So Vanessa sees a letter, takes it out of the mail, puts it in her purse.
Crazy.
You've lost your fucking mind.
This is what I mean. Like, you are everything you hate, Vanessa.
Literally. Like, this is like, again, I can't stress enough, as much as it's weird that Nate's writing her a letter, this is a 15-year-old girl. Like, who cares? Like, girl, it's enough. Like, just live in the moment. Okay, how about that? So we get like our final montage. We have a montage of Chuck and Nate in the limo drinking, Serena and Aaron like talking and giggling, the Waldorf Thanksgiving, the Humphrey Vanderwoodson Thanksgiving. Bart calls his PI. He's changed his mind. He says, "I want to know why my wife was in that sanatorium." And then our final moment of the episode,
and
Vanessa
he's outside the
herself.
loft, by the way. He's outside the loft looking up at the Humphrey window.
Okay, actually terrifying. Bart, you are actually terrifying. Vanessa excuses herself from the table to call her parents.
I'm going to call my folks.
She walks completely within both eyesight and earshot of everyone in the table, so they can see she's not calling her parents. And decides
Imagine
this is the perfect moment.
She left her phone on the table.
She leaves her phone on the table. This is the perfect moment to pull out the letter and read it.
And she does. The thing is that she doesn't even really read it that thoroughly. So I'm like, if you were fiending to read this letter, number one, I would have.
I'd be reading it, like rereading it. Like,
I would go to the bathroom.
I would have gone to the bathroom. Yeah, like I would like trust. I wouldn't be doing it where everyone can see me.
I would treat it like my freaking.
Girl, everyone can see
when I have to do my Duolingo at like 11 p.m.
Yes,
I go to the bathroom and I speak in Spanish.
Yes. Hello, like, sorry, in el baño, okay? The thing
Occupado.
is, occupado. The one thing that she does see that matters is that Nate says he doesn't want to stay away from Jenny. And she's aware that neither of them have heard from each other.
She's like,
so I
man,
think
well,
she's like,
that
Nate still likes
sucks,
her then.
Nate. You
That
will be
sucks
staying
because
away.
I'm killing Jenny tonight and you're never going to see her again. It's that vibe. All right, so that's this episode. I will read you the synopsis for next week. One moment. Okay. That's such a good episode. Oh my god. All right. So, still toying with one another, Chuck and Blair. It's called It's a Wonderful Life. Sorry. Still toying with one another,
Wonderful
Chuck
lie.
and Blair. Oh, it does say It's a Wonderful Lie. Okay. It's a Wonderful Lie. Still toying with each other, Chuck and Blair make a bet to choose the perfect date for each other for the annual Snowflake Ball. Meanwhile, Aaron's ex-girlfriend Loose Lexi, has come to town and decides to pursue Dan, leaving Serena conflicted. Jenny seeks to get revenge on Vanessa, and Lily must make a choice. Guys, it's a great episode, and I'll just say right now, Vanessa looks amazing in this episode.
Yeah, unfortunately,
She's so
beautiful.
pretty. She's so pretty. It's like actually crazy how good looking she is. Anyway, that's the episode. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you tune in on Friday for our Summer Fridays episode. We are going to be talking a lot of traders stuff and a lot about my best friend Clydie, because that's all I can think about right now. So if you want to be part of that, if you're feeling like you have a parasocial relationship with Clyde, good. That's exactly how I want you to feel. And if you don't feel like that yet, then you better start working on it. We love you guys so much. Please leave us a review if you love us. If you don't, shut the hell up. And we will see you next week.
And splat.
And splat.